Now, I want to go down to verse 13, because we may look at love another time, a little closer. It says, "And now abides faith, hope, and love, these three. But the greatest of these is love." You ever think why he says that? The greatest of these is love. Why not strong faith? Why not, have a great hope that this is going to occur? You ever wonder why that? Okay, God so loved the world. Love is an expression from the heart of God. Now, faith. Ungodly people can have faith. Ungodly people can have hope. Ungodly people can love. That's not saying just because God is love, it doesn't mean ungodly people don't love their children, don't love their families, don't love a good cause, these things. They don't realize it, but that's born in them from God. Remember, we're all created in God's image. We all have things in us. That's why if I'm talking to an atheist, basically what I say to an atheist is, I've just never met a good atheist. They never live up to their conviction. Atheists basically say there's no God, there's no reason, there's no, once we're in the ground, we're worm food. There's nothing. We're all just a matter of chance. Well, chance, the survival of the fittest. But you see an atheist, and they love their kids. They want the best for their families. They would lay down their lives for their family. See, they don't realize it, but they're not acting out their own morality or lack of morality. They're showing forth God in their love. But one of the things I see here is that love is going to abide forever. Now, is faith needed? In heaven, is faith going to be needed? Well, what is faith? Faith is something that believe, it's trust. It's putting your trust in something. Right now, we have faith in God, don't we? One time, Jesus exhorted the disciples, have faith in God. Right? He's telling them, put your trust in God. Remember the signs you see all around? No matter what, trust God. Well, faith and trust are the same words. Trust your life to God. Hope. Hope, and you can think about faith too. Faith is the present. It's right now. Right now we are exercising faith. Faith in God. Faith that one day Jesus is coming back. And then there's hope. Well, hope kind of keeps you hanging in there until faith is realized. Right? Hope is that anchor. We've been, like Paul said when he was on the boat, remember the terrible storm they were in? He says, an angel visited me this night. And he told me that everybody on the ship is going to be spared. And he said, I believe God. Right? I believe God. I have faith in God. Well, the ship was still rocking to and fro in the storm. Faith is now. But he had hope that God was going to see them through. Right? So, hope and faith, once we get to heaven and we see Jesus, we won't need faith. We won't need hope. Because hope, if you see it, it's not hope anymore. Hope kicks in when you can't see it. Right? If you see it, it's not hope. If I give you the money for your rent, you say, oh, I hope I get it. No, you don't say I hope. The hope has been fulfilled. So one day faith will be fulfilled. Hope will be fulfilled. But love will remain. Look around at these people around you. You're going to have to love them forever. Look at all of them. You have to love them forever. Some of you are thinking, oh boy. Oh. Like my sons say, what are we going to do in heaven? Are we just going to sit around and sing to God all day? I said, well, son, do you want the 1-minute answer or the 3-hour answer? Or which one would you like?
3 hours.
No thanks, Dad. I'll talk to you later. But these three need to be active in our life. We need to be having active faith. You know that we have the privilege of exercising our faith in a way that Peter did not, John did not, the disciples did not. They saw Jesus. They were with Jesus. They saw the miracles. They saw what he did. And you remember, Thomas, which he got the bad nickname, Doubting Thomas, right? Boy, that's a hard one, isn't it? That's who you know, like Benedict Arnold, you know, he's a traitor. I mean, they have your name synonymous with something. But with Thomas, now the Bible doesn't call him Doubting Thomas, but remember, he wasn't there when Jesus came into the room and he showed himself to the disciples. And then he came back and Jesus was not there, and they said, "We've seen the Lord." And remember, he said, "Unless I put my hand." See, he didn't have faith, did he? He was not exercising faith in the words that Jesus spoke. Jesus said, "I will come again." And then Jesus appeared. Isn't that interesting? Anytime sometimes we'll make some sort of grandiose statement, and then the Lord shows up. You know, or you hear people say, "I'm never going to do that. You'll never see me," and then fill in the blank. I try to avoid those kind of statements. "I'll never go on a missions trip," and then the Lord shows up. Why don't you go on a missions trip? And so, anyways, he said, "Thomas, be not faithless, but believing." Right? He says, "Thomas, you've seen and you've believed. But blessed are those who have not seen and yet believe." So whom having not seen, 1 Peter says, you love. How many of you love Jesus? Raise your hand. I mean, you love him. I'm going to raise my hand because everybody else is raising their hand. You love Jesus. Now, have you ever seen Jesus? No. I've never seen Jesus. I've had a dream, and I felt like Jesus was in the dream. You know, I've never had a vision of Jesus like Paul did. I never had one of those. I'd kind of like to have one. I'd like to see Jesus like that, like a Paul experience. But I never have. But you know what? I love him. I love him. So that's faith. Now, but I want to look a little bit at hope this morning. You know, the Bible says that be always ready to give an answer to somebody that asks you of the hope that's in you.